Ladies and gentlemen, it's New Year's Day. It's the 2014 World Darts Championship. 72 players came, 16 days of darts, and yes, we have a new world champion. And Michael van Gerwen just defeated Peter Wright in a 7-4 win. He was 4-0 up, he was cruising. Peter Wright had a dart to get it back to 4-3. He didn't. And he also had a dart to get it back to 6-5, a couple of darts to get it back to 6-5. He didn't. Michael van Gerwen prevails, and he is now the world champion, and not just the world champion, the world's #1. So a little bit about what's gone on. And of course, we all know there's a couple of 9-darters in this year's tournament. Kyle Anderson from Australia, and of course Terry Jenkins on one session, 2 9-darters. There's been a couple more 9-darters missed. Steve Brown was a double 12 for a 9-darter, and of course so did Jamie Caven. So we know who's won it. Well, let's have a quick look at the year. Of course, Adrian Lewis now, he's the European champion. He was the European champion. Phil Taylor won the UK Open, the match play, the Grand Prix, and of course the Grand Slam. But it's Michael van Gerwen who has added the World Championship to the Players' Championship, and of course the Premier League. Mentioning the Premier League, it's the top 10 players in the world apart from one player. James Wade is not in the 2014 Premier League. Gary Anderson is. The world's number 18 is now in the Premier League. Maybe a bit of a shock, but he's there. So quickly run through this. Michael van Gerwen, Phil Taylor, Simon Whitlock, Adrian Lewis. They're automatic. They're the top 4 players in the world on the seedings. Then we have Dave Chisnell, Peter Wright, Wes Newton, Robert Thornton, Raymond van Barneveld, and Gary Anderson. Couple of names to mention, of course, in the World Championship. It's great to see the Anderson brothers coming over from Australia, Bo and Kyle, but also Devon Peterson from South Africa. He has been an absolute revelation with his moves and whatever here, you know, his dance moves. He's been great. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on Tunks and Tales. That's the end of the 2014 World Darts Championship. And I say it again, Michael van Gerwen is now the world's #1 and world champion. Thanks for joining us on Tunks and Tales, keeping you at the sharp end of world darts.